Tonight, exhausted hospital staff battling rising COVID cases.
The Wangetti Trail's budget blowout.
The Northern Australia Committee abolished.
And the new program training Daintree tour guide.
This is 7 News with Rob Brough and Joanne Desmond.
Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us.
Good evening.
Rising COVID cases have caused a staff shortage at Cairns Hospital, putting the health service under pressure. Today it was forced to suspend non-urgent elective surgeries, with the CEO unsure how long this wave will last.
It's the region's largest employer, but even Cairns Hospital isn't immune to the strain of COVID and flu staff shortages.
There are a lot of staff off sick.
Our health services are under a lot of pressure.
We've always planned that this sort of thing would happen. What we don't know is how long this is going to last. It may be that the wave won't peak for another few weeks.
2,000 cases have been detected across the region in the past week, with 370 recorded just yesterday. 51 patients are in hospital currently, 34 of whom are being treated in Cairns, while almost 100 are being managed in the virtual ward.
Your hospital is coping fine, but I must say the staff are very tired.
And the fatigue factor has led to some temporary but major changes. Today, the health service announced Category 2 and 3 non-urgent elective surgeries have been suspended.
If you have something that is less urgent, that for a couple of weeks, we'll just keep that on the back burner.
All patients will be contacted, but it's unclear when their surgeries will be rescheduled.
So we're going to relook at the elective surgery in 2 weeks' time, and we'll decide at that point depending on the COVID-19 numbers. We don't have a crystal ball, but we are predicting that there is more to come.
Jordan Quinn, 7 News.
The Wangetti Trail project has hit another roadblock, with the state government accused of a cost blowout of $5.7 million. Its projected finish has been pushed back a year due to ongoing supply issues.
The Wangetti Trail is quickly turning into the road to nowhere.
And I asked the Minister again, why has the project lost its way?
During budget estimates, the opposition leader accused the Tourism Minister of losing control of the project after a $5.7 million cost blowout, bringing the current bill to $47.1 million.
This isn't a blowout, this is additional funds, because we know that there have been costs have escalated.
It's clear we're paying more, we're getting less, and it's being delayed.
That money is coming from unused business grants to grow tourism jobs.
This is a very complex and challenging enterprise.
Michael Healy denies a cost blowout but says there could be further delays. Sourcing materials and finalising designs has proved challenging. The Douglas Shire Council sent the state government back to the drawing board after it proposed a road trail instead of a mangrove experience boardwalk to 4 Mile Beach. Now its projected finish is late 2023.
That could blow out. It really is. We're just going to have to wait and see.
The sooner the path is laid, the better. Stakeholders believe it's a key piece in the pandemic recovery puzzle.
This is a game-changing project for the far north, and I just don't think the government understands how important it is to get it to delivery.
Freya Jensen, 7 News.
A former train driver has been sentenced to 3 years behind bars after pleading guilty to multiple drug possession charges. Police found cannabis, methamphetamine, cash and weapons at a home in September last year. Graham Parsons was sacked from his job with Queensland Rail after he was sentenced for drug trafficking in 2017. He'll be eligible for parole in September next year.
The Labor government has been accused of shortchanging North Queensland communities by axing a parliamentary committee that was set up to develop the region. Local MPs fear funding for their electorates will be next on the chopping block.
Day 2 of the new parliament and North Queensland MPs are already seeing red.
Because this old bull, he's about the buck.
One of the first orders of business on the Labor government's agenda was to abolish the Northern Australia Group, a joint standing committee that was appointed in 2016.
This is an elitist agenda driven by the cities who are forgetting now that there's a whole other regional Australia that needs support.
The committee covered everywhere north of the Capricorn Coast. Comprised of 10 members from both the elected government and the opposition, it promoted development for the north of the country, tourism and Indigenous affairs.
They want to take our money, they want to take our product, they want to take our produce, but they don't want to give us a voice. What an absolute slap in the face.
The Labor Party are just months away from now abolishing the funding for Northern Australia.
The new Minister for Northern Australia, Madeleine King, says the former government treated the committee with contempt. Their work will now be conducted by the Committee on Industry and Resources and the Committee on Regional Development. But a Central Queensland senator has other theories.
On one level, perhaps I can understand why the Labor Party have abolished this committee, because they don't really have a lot of members of parliament that could chair this committee. Their northernmost MP is in the northern suburbs of Brisbane in Queensland.
Jade Richards, 7 News.
The bargain price of avocados may be good for our shopping budget, but it's bad news for growers. Our farmers make no money off an oversupply of the fruit and may need to send more of it overseas to break even.
It has been a difficult few years for Queensland avocado farmers, but consistent heavy rain has led to a bumper 2022 season.
Avocado production in Australia has grown over 30,000 tonnes from the previous year, and this production is set to continue skyrocketing.
John Tidy is happy to see his organic trees full of the fruit after a few tough years, but supply is still outstripping demand and avocados are selling cheap.
Previously we were getting $4 for our good ones, so we've dropped $1 there, and the middle ones are back to $1.70, $1.50.
That lost value chews away at profit and is only going to get worse if a solution to the oversupply isn't found. Avocado production is expected to increase by 50,000 tonnes in 4 years. The short-term glut of avocados across Australia has led the industry to consider new ways to sell the fruit, like avocado oil, or exporting to new overseas markets like Asia.
If we can continue to improve our export access and export to other countries like India, then we'll be able to push out more volume.
In the meantime, John has a short-term solution.
People have got to eat more avocados, please.
Harrison Lance, 7 News.
The state government is on a mission to boost tourism in the tropics, launching a new program to improve travellers' experiences. A new course has been designed to train up tour guides in a bid to claw back the international market.
Tropical North Queensland is the only place on the planet where two World Heritage areas meet. The ancient Daintree rainforest and the reef are major drawcards for tourists. Now a new program is aiming to enhance their experience of both.
This funding is a real game changer. What better place in Queensland to develop a prestige guiding course for the rainforest?
The state government has announced almost $200,000 over 4 years to create a new program designed to train up new tour guides.
It's critically important that tour guides have consistent messaging because we are visited by people from all over this beautiful planet of ours.
Guides will be given the most up-to-date environmental information about the tropics and taught new ways to deliver it in the hopes of clawing back the international tourism industry worth $1 billion to the far north.
The key messages remain the same in both locations around protection, preservation, presentation through partnerships.
Jordan Quinn, 7 News.
Sounds like a great idea. We'll take a break in a moment. How spider venom could potentially save honeybees.
And Border Force rescues a turtle tangled in a fishing net in the Torres Strait.